Welcome back to JOJ. It is November 19th. It is almost turkey time.
Almost turkey time.
Almost turkey time. You actually aren't even here currently, right?
Not in the evening. No, Parker and I should be driving to Missouri.
Yep. So there's that. No,
Where are we going?
They're going on a hunting fishing trip. I don't know. Parker keeps talking about hunting and catching fish. So. Yep.
That's our plan.
I don't know what me and the girls are doing. We haven't decided yet.
Taking it easy.
Yeah, well, I told them to come up with some ideas. I'm like, it'll just be the three of us. Like, let's do something fun. And I got back, can we get our nails done? Can we get pedicures? Can we go get massages?
Yeah.
Oh, let's try something that's not going to, break the bank, please.
Yeah, try something else.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you ready?
All right. Yeah, I reckon so. Yes, so today, bearing burdens. Galatians 6:2, bear one another burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Medal of Honor recipient Leroy Petrie was in a 2008 firefight in Afghanistan. Though already wounded in both legs, he grabbed a live grenade that landed amid his team and attempted to throw it away. It exploded before he could release it, destroying his right hand and forearm and shredding him with shrapnel. Putting a tourniquet on his arm to stop the bleeding, he continued to direct his men until the fight was over. His action saved his fellow soldiers from death and injury. Sergeant Petrie took upon himself the burden of injury that his fellow soldiers would certainly have suffered, not unlike what Christ did on the cross to spare us from certain death for our sins. The power one individual has to come alongside and bear the burden of a discouraged soul is amazing, perhaps even the power of life and death. We are in a spiritual battle, after all, and it may be a word of encouragement from the sword of the Spirit, Ephesians 6:17, that saves a friend from the attack of the giant of despair. Be a burden sharer and bearer today in the life of one who needs a word of encouragement from a friend like you. And then the quote is from Charles Dickens, no one is useless in this world who lightens the burden of another. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No one is useless who's going to lighten the burden of another. So if you're lightening the burden of somebody else, you definitely have a job to fulfill at that point in time.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say I'm pretty sufficient of carrying other people's burdens.
Yep.
Almost to a fault sometimes, because by nature I'm a fixer.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I see you struggling or know something's going on, and I try to go around and fix everything or make it better, or I don't know, that's just, I think one of those spirits or gifts that God gave me.
Enneagram?
What?
That's part of your Enneagram?
I'm a peacemaker, but yeah,
it's kind of the same type thing, yeah.
That might, I don't know if that falls under personality or under some of the control freakness. Could be a little bit both.
A little bit of both, yeah. Because, and you are a very compassionate person, so seeing somebody else, especially somebody that you're friends with, or somebody that you're close with, to see them have a burden, you're quick to take that on, and try to find a way to help with that. That's something I personally, I'm gonna say is a weakness of mine. It just is. It always has been.
And it's not I can be like, hey, XYZ, this is what we need to do. And he's like, absolutely. Yeah. But you don't see it. He doesn't recognize it.
Yeah.
I guess this is the better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm glad to help.
Mm-hmm. You just got to get him there to know he needs to help.
Yeah. You got to tell me you need it.
You need to write him a letter, put it in black and white.
Yeah, slap me in the face with
something.
it. Anything.
Okay.
Not you.
You all heard that.
Yep.
But and I think it's important, just as, especially, we talk about it a lot because we are in the depths of raising kids in this moment of our lives and trying to, have businesses and do life, and, parents getting older. So we're kind of in the heat of it all, I guess you could say. To where we're needed in 27 different directions. And so I think it's important to have, always your spouse, yes, but also to have some friends, or to, if you are the one that has the burden, to reach out to ask for help like that. I'll never do it, but if and again, it's just my personality, I have to be really, if I call and ask you for help, it's bad. But to come along aside each other and, to be there. And also for, ones that may not have friends or family around you too. I think that's important.
Yeah.
I guess really to just be aware.
Yeah, to be aware. And that's, and I think the other part of that, and I'm going to speak from my point there too. Like, I feel like I'm not the only one who is unaware, or unable to see those. So like, I can certainly understand why that's a tough place to where you feel like it's a low place to ask somebody for help. We both absolutely get that. We want to take care of it ourselves. But if you truly need help, if you have a burden that needs carried that you can't carry on your own, that there are lots of people out there who are more than willing to help. They just got to know you need it. You know what I mean? So that's because, speaking for myself, I don't recognize it very well. So I'm not easily to pick up on it. So but if you come and say, hey, we've got this burden, then you're likely to get way more help than you ever needed. So.
Yeah, and too, I mean I know like at our church we have a prayer time. Kind of set aside every Sunday. And so, is going and, praying to, Jesus, hey, like I've got this burden, like, take this off of me. And the hard part is it may not always be immediate.
Yeah.
Like that's, I think is all humans struggle with that because, if our burden is somebody is sick, we want them well, like today or yesterday.
Right.
But, to always know that he is always the ultimate burden carrier.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Very good. Very good. So, bear one another burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Galatians 6:2.
Yep. All right. So we hope, I guess you all have an awesome Thanksgiving. Eat too much turkey and sweet potatoes and all the good stuff.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy that. And, hopefully Parker and I have a good time, and then we'll come home and fish the Black Friday tournament, our annual tradition. My brother and Shane and those guys run that up at Douglas. So, we'll be back home in time for that. But we will catch you all next Sunday with our bellies full of turkey still.
Yeah.
See you then.